Hello everyone, a big welcome to all of you on this episode of the Special Needs Children podcast. In this episode, I plan to cover a checklist for parents for their children in terms of understanding their child's abilities and interests and preferences to do with vocational work. In continuity with of all the various episodes that we've been doing, interviewing parents, professionals who have set up vocational centers, I thought it very important that every single parent should have such a checklist in hand so that it becomes easier for them to decide what to do, what are the interests of the child, and how they should go ahead with this. This specific checklist is for the parent to work on at their end about their child before they meet a professional to take counseling and understand what is it that their child's interests are. So let's begin. First begins with just pure personal information. You write down everything about yourself, about your children, about what all they have studied, where they have done any kind of formal education, the languages they understand. Moves on to daily living skills. Can they manage personal hygiene independently? Can they dress appropriately without assistance or with? What about, eating food at home and such other things? Moving on, how do they know how to manage money? Digital payments is something happening today. Can they use public transport safely? What about communication? Are they capable to handle a mobile phone, basic apps? Moving on then to communication skills. How do they communicate? Whether it's verbal, non-verbal, do they use any ASCs? Are they able to write or just communicate on the phone? Can they follow verbal, non-verbal instructions? What is the preferred language again in terms of talking in the family, outside of the family, to teachers, to friends? How do they handle criticism, feedback? And then moving on, it is about reaction with various people, new environments. In terms of the academic front, what are their comprehensions? What all do they understand? Reading, writing, ability to follow structured tasks, comfort with basic numbers. A lot of adults do have difficulties in various areas, right? So even memory or imitation, what is quick for them? How do they do all of this? And think about work related behaviors. Would they be able to reach a place on time? Would they be able to do things on time? What about their tolerance for repetitive tasks? What if somebody gives them instructions? What kind of stress triggers would happen in an environment where maybe there is a lot of sound or bright lights, and how do they cope? What all do they use to cope? Moving on then, understanding their likes and dislikes, right? What brings them a lot of joy? We don't know, it could be varied. Moving on to activities that could frustrate them. What do they do in their free time? How do they manage and keep themselves occupied? In terms of motor and physical skills also, having been with occupational therapists, so things that they do, just basic things in terms of fine gross motor, understanding what kind of staminas they have to handle maybe standing in a place for a long time or sitting tolerance for a long time. Similarly, independence, safety, can they travel? Can they recognize danger? Can they cross the road easily? Would they get lost on their way home if they're traveling alone? What is the kind of family support that is there? What kind of supervision is needed? Which kind of activities can they do independently or with reminders, with full support perhaps? Right? For me, our son needs full support, even if it is lifting the stamp and doing bookmarks in terms of stamping activity. Someone has to be there to guide and instruct that pick up and take the paint and then put it on the bookmark. So it can be varied, right? So existing therapies or trainings or support systems that are already in place, this needs to be listed out. And future aspirations that the child or adult has expressed, or the family also wish that they would like their adult to do and achieve. In terms of routine and repetitive work or variety, what are they capable of doing? Do they think that they want to earn money? What is the motivation? Is it recognition? It is social interaction. What is all that makes all of this is something that a parent needs to sit down, both everyone who's involved with the child, perhaps with the people who are closest working with them, need to sit down and get this first form filled. moving on, once this sheet is ready, there's a second sheet which requires and helps you understand that based on the child's strengths and preferences, what are possibly the work options that they could look at, right? So this moves on directly to preference in working indoors, that is like a back office or a packaging space or admin kind of work, or moving outdoors, working outdoors like gardening, delivery support, maybe animal care or landscaping. This all depends on, whether they like to work in a quiet environment or they would manage in a busy, social, noisy space. That could then vary between cafes to places like, say, retail stores, etc. And also it depends on routine, repetitive tasks. Then it could perhaps be in a laundry or in a stock room or assembly-related work. So this is a kind of huge list that has been made where, parents can actually go through and see, continuing with various other modes of data entry kind of work or sorting work, or based on how maybe the adult likes to literally be amongst people. So then where is that kind of leading to based on their interests and strengths? Also some people are fantastic in the tech space, some people are fantastic with memory, or some people are very good bakers, and somebody is completely comfortable with right from measuring all the ingredients required to maybe chopping vegetables to maybe doing beautiful artwork. So all of this can also add up in terms of defining and determining where they are comfortable. In terms of helping others, maybe some of them could be good at being part of NGOs or part of some healthcare support kind of places, and they can also be part of gardening activities where pooled gardening happens. I know one of our trustees' child, Bharat, who is fantastic at gardening, and basic work skills also which have been taught over a period of time. If the person can pick up work skills, as in Action for Autism, it's taught so beautifully that how you can finish an entire workflow system if it is taught well. Then a person can be completely equipped to do even IT related work or some craft related work, or even perhaps doing cataloging on the phone or on digital media support. They can also manage money transactions, perhaps sitting at a cash counter, and do various kind of things. So this is exactly what we have built in terms of a beautiful checklist that parents can resort to. We would love that you go through this checklist and decide and do the homework before you go meet a professional. If you are interested in this form, I request you sincerely to please check the caption below, and it would help you in taking some major calls in terms of where your special needs adult is headed in terms of vocational preference, what you would like them to do. Where do you think, whichever stage of life they are in, whether they are younger, they are already adults, so they are, in their prime, you can still help them and find good quality vocational work for them, even if it is a small micro business at home, or it is being part of a vocational center, or it is working in a proper corporate. If you do the due diligence, if you sit down and try to understand what will work the best for them, I'm sure this will, help and go a long way for your child and bring them a lot of help in terms of make it very motivating, very inspiring for them also to step out of home and be out there, feel recognized, and yes, maybe earn some money too. Please subscribe to the podcast, the Special Needs Children Podcast, and don't forget to check the caption.